Germans should learn German. It's one of the major languages of the world, particularly here in Europe. It's the major language in Europe, and it's spoken by most people here within the European Union. It's got cases and articles, and that can be tricky at first, but it's pretty regular. It's not as irregular as other languages, and the grammar is, once you get the hang of it, it's straightforward. There's lots of rules you can follow, and that makes it easier. My Irish is pretty bad now, and my German's quite good, so for me, Germany's a lot easier. I think in terms of grammar, that Germany is also, it's easier because there's less irregular conjugations, and there's less grammar to learn. The limits of your language are the limits of your world, is what a German philosopher, Wittgenstein, said. And it's very true that if you speak another language, you learn to see the world in a different way, and it gives you different insight and a different approach to dealing with people from different countries, but also a different way of seeing the world in general. Germany there's a lot of concepts in German that can't be directly translated into English, and particularly for anyone interested in more abstract topics like philosophy, German is a wonderful language to learn, and it definitely gives you a different perspective of things if you speak another language properly. Spend some time in Germany, come over on a school exchange or a university exchange, and spend time in the country, even coming as a tourist for the summer looking for a part-time job, and that's definitely the easiest way of learning. But nowadays there's also loads of ways of learning German online, and there's a lot of websites where you can work on your German for free. You can see German media, TV, newspapers also for free on the internet. The internet nowadays is also very easy to pick up in a language without putting in a big investment and getting ready for coming over and travelling around as well. I think if you've spent time in the country, then it's much more motivating to learn the language as well. There's a famous linguist called Benjamin Lee Whorf, and he said that language shapes the way we think and the way we see the world, and that's very, very true. If you speak another language, no matter what language it is, it definitely gives you a different perspective. Learning another language is something that just makes your life a lot richer, but also opens up your world, your mind to new ideas, to new things. It's always worth learning another language and learning it to a high level as well. Goethe, one of Germany's most famous writers, he said that those who know nothing of foreign languages know nothing of their own. And that's very true, that you know very little about English until you learn another language properly. Particularly learning German as an English speaker, languages that are very closely related, gives you a whole different perspective on how English as a language works. Also, some of the beauty of your own language you only discover when you discover the limitations of another language. Where you find you can say things in English that you can't say in other languages. But it's also exciting to find concepts you can express in other languages that you can't say in your own.